Peace and blessings, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm going to go into something that should be really uncomfortable for those of us um, who feel, we have a soul and have any regard for human life or the human condition and relations between us. And I don't mean just blacks. And I don't mean just hip hop. I mean in general, how how we internalize things and the energies we put out um, is extremely important in how we react to things. And I'm gonna share something with y'all that should be really uncomfortable, heartbreaking, eye-opening. Um, but it's something a lot of us don't know. A lot of what we do every day involves in the moment. We don't always surround ourselves with a lot of history and things, but I'm gonna show y'all some history that should really make you uncomfortable. And I'm talking about like 35 years of history I want to show y'all real quick. But first, I want to give um, respect and condolences to the family and friends of the Migos with the sad, um, devastating uh, passing of Brother Takeoff today. Um, but Brother Takeoff was the last or most recent of what I'm going to show y'all today, which is a 35-year history of hip hop um, becoming conditioned into a culture of murderous acts on its musicians, starting with pioneers. If you look at this, we going back to 1987. Brother Scott LaRock from BDP, 1987. So that gives us about a 35-year track record of having a culture of murdering musicians. So we starting back in 1987, and some of the names in here, if you grew up in my era, you're going to remember them off the top of your head. Tupac, Biggie, Freaky Tah, Soldier Slim. But if you look up here, as we scroll down to maybe say the last 3 to 5 years, let's go back to 2019 right here. Starting at 2019, just in this small span of time from here to about here, right, right there. Look at how many murdered rappers we're seeing. And I want you to look at something else. This is not just the United States. You got Puerto Rico in there, Sweden. You scroll up, we got Canada, England, Greece, Brazil. So it's not just a United States problem. It's a it's a cultural problem within the space of hip hop. But I want to tell y'all what the problem is, because we got to address it from the source of what the real problem is. Because we can go round and round, the table with different opinions on, oh, this person got killed because they shouldn't have been back in the hood, or this person, he shouldn't have wore a chain, or this person, he was in the wrong place considering that he's affiliated with this group of people. Those are all components of what places a person in the space. But that's not the problem. These people are coming into a space of something that is everywhere. And that thing is evil. So what I want to do now is let me show you something real quick. Y'all, I'm gonna show y'all this definition of evil. So we on the same page. We understand each other. Evil, morally reprehensible, wicked, sinful and wicked. So what we dealing with, it's a spiritual thing. It's an energy thing, man, that is invading the hip hop culture, and it always has. However, in the beginning, hip hop was actually made for a good reason, and it served a good purpose. It kept kids from, doing wilding out, doing crazy things. It gave them something to do, something creative. It gave the DJs an opportunity to bring the turntables out, spin records, start a party, bring the atmosphere up in the neighborhood, positive energy, get people dancing, smiling, having fun. Cardboard boxes came out, we was back spinning, pop locking. Then the rappers came in, got the battle rap. It was fun, it was witty, allowed you to use your brain, be creative with your wordplay, show your education, make you want to go get in a book and really start fine-tuning your craft and building up your vocabulary. It taught us showmanship. It gave us something to do other than getting in trouble, committing crimes, and being at each other's necks. But it evolved into something that became more of an outlet to express frustrations and to express the the evil environment that we have to grow up in and be a part of and maneuver through and to struggle through. And a lot of us don't make it out of that. And that's why sometimes people say, well, if this guy made it out of that, why is he back over there? Well, that's really none of our business. But I can tell you this, each one of us individually, we have an opportunity to design our life the way that we really want it to be. You know, um, this mental health thing has become huge. And a lot of people are victims of mental health issues. Anger problems, you got depression, um, low self-esteem. You become an introvert when you really were wired to be an extrovert because of things that happen in your life or things you're dealing with keeps you from wanting to be involved with people. It makes you become reclusive. Um, I can relate to a lot of this. And most people can in some kind of way. But then you have to, once you come to maturity and you get education and you find resources, you got to start prioritizing how to deal and how to structure your life in the way that you want it to be. Not that there's not still going to be some obstacles there and some days where you might hit that bump in the road and get pushed back downhill a little bit. But then you gather yourself and say, wait a minute, I was up there. Let me get back up there and get over that hump. I got places to go that are higher than the places I've been. We got to start deciding what we really want. All my thugs and my gangsters out there that's feeling like, yo, this is what I feel. This is how I've always felt. This is how I live. This is how I think. A lot of you guys are recognizing that angel and that devil competing against each other on opposite shoulders and in your head. It's there. You thinking positive things when the negative thoughts are there. You're thinking about, some of you thinking about, I shouldn't do this when you're about to do that. But then you decide not to pull back. We got to start pulling back, y'all. We got to start being who we say we are. If we say we kings, we got to start being kings and controlling our kingdom, governing our kingdom inside of us first. Your little kingdom in here, your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions. You got to start gathering that stuff together and governing it and putting it in position where you want it to be inside of yourself. You got to put it under submission to the emotional outbursts. Got to put it under submission to the impulsiveness that we feel, especially when we're men and women. We're in a more mature place. We should be. There's resources out there. There's counseling out there. If you can't find something that you can afford in your area or that's free in your area, get in touch with me. I will I will do everything I can to find the resources for you to get the help you need if you want it. Now, there's going to be some people that just love being evil. We can't stop that. There's always going to be some of that. But if more of us will face the fact that the way we feel and the way we react is a problem and that we're uncomfortable with it at this point, we can stop some of this violence, some of these outbursts. We can stop some of this killing. We can stop some of this getting senseless charges for senseless, pointless assaults because there was some small level of disrespect that existed in a conversation or an interaction. I was like that my whole life. And I made a decision that I'm going to stop allowing other people in the universe to control me. I made a decision to stop putting so much expectation into people and things in the universe around me. Because the expectations we have a lot of times are ridiculous. We expect people to respect us. We expect people to treat us fairly. That's not how it's going to work. We expect traffic to be smooth. And you know what's crazy? Insanity kicks in. If you leave your house at the same time every day and traffic is always thick, there's no reason for you to get up at any point and expect it to be smooth. But there are people who get up every day and get the same level of anger at the same amount of traffic every day. In the hood, to all my thugs, all my gangsters, all, you know, in the hood, man, it's always gonna be some disrespect. If you have seen somebody you grow up with be able to deal with that, brush some stuff off their shoulders, and make it home another day to their family, you can do the same thing. To all the slain rappers, man, my heart goes out to these families and to these guys who were senselessly murdered over shoes, chains, wearing the wrong color because they may have said something that somebody didn't like. Some of them murdered just because they have more than somebody else, and that person doesn't like that they're not on the same level. Some of them are murdered over females because their girlfriend was a fan of a rapper. Evil is the cause. And I'm not an expert. I don't have all the answers, but I'm hoping somebody listening to this is going to start taking control of their life and start really digging in to evil and weeding it out of your heart, out of your homes, and teaching your children how to deal in a way better than outbursts, violence, and anger. Peace and blessings, y'all. I'm out.